For anyone just coming through, today is June the 7th. We are currently 1 week away from the last chance qualifier for Final Kombat. 3 days ago, there was a patch that came out. Maybe you guys saw my YouTube video talking about the patch and how it was pretty bad, essentially. We finally got news from the Mortal Kombat Twitter account. So I'm gonna just let you guys know what it is out here. So first of all, they had this tweet saying, we're aware of the UK language screen reader issue affecting PlayStation 5 version of MK1. As we work on a restoring functionality, please follow the link below for a temporary workaround. So one of the issues that came with this patch is some people in the UK were unable to even access their account and like play online. This came out yesterday. Today, 14 minutes ago, they made a tweet saying, we're aware of the changes affecting the Cyrax cameo and issues impacting Homelander. Cyrax will remain as he currently is for Final Kombat, but we are working on adjustments for him, as well as Homelander related fixes for a patch releasing shortly after Final Kombat. One thing that's a little bit concerning is they didn't say anything about the Reptile nerf that happened. I hope they address that too, because whether or not you guys think Reptile's damage is good as it is or whatever, he got a nerf and he's not even in anywhere in the top 10, probably not even in the top 15. I don't see why this character should be getting nerfed when other characters are staying the same. Revert the Reptile nerf. I'm very interested to see what changes or adjustments they're gonna make for Cyrax. I'm guessing he won't be as good after Final Kombat. I'm guessing, but I will say for the past 3 days, since Tuesday, since this patch came out, I have been using Cyrax with Reptile as my cameo of choice, and I'm gonna be at the last chance qualifier, so I'm using Reptile Cyrax. At least in some capacity, I'll likely be doing some Reptile Cyrax. And honestly, with this change, with this patch, like, I've been playing a fair amount. I've been playing a fair amount of Kombat League. Let me show you guys. We've currently played 50 matches of Kombat League this season. I'm pretty sure I've only used Reptile Cyrax, but I've actually been running into a lot of people that aren't using Cyrax. I thought we would be kind of infested with them, but to be honest, I'm seeing it kind of like a decent amount of variety still. Like, it's not like everyone's out here using Cyrax. So part of me kind of feels like, you know, maybe the Cyrax change isn't even that bad. Obviously, there's some people that are going to disagree. Some people are going to agree. I don't know. But to me, the change hasn't been that bad for the Cyrax like reversion. I feel like it kind of brings some more stuff out here. Now, granted, some characters do feel really stupid with it. I think Cyrax is great for Reptile. Having this horizontal thing be half a cameo bar lets me do a lot of stuff. I'm still not a fan of getting the damage scaling, but at least, you know, the fact that Cyrax is a viable option for Reptile makes it, you know, not sting as bad for the changes. I'm going to be using this team at last chance qualifier. It's staying until after Final Kombat. So just as an update for anyone in YouTube wanting to know what's happening, that's the latest news. So it's a little bit later in the day. An hour and a half ish has gone by since this was announced. Let's just take a look at what some of the responses were to this news. Waz tweeted this: congratulations to the winner of Final Kombat with Cyrax. Like, I'm honestly really curious how many people at Final Kombat are gonna be using Cyrax. Some people are saying that Sonic should bring Rain Cyrax into Final Kombat. Rain Cyrax is apparently a really good team. Maybe we'll be seeing that. I don't know. Lossy Sayer is here saying, don't like this decision since it wasn't even mentioned in the patch notes. People found out while playing. Should have reverted. Cyrax man is disgusting and also unfair for Final Kombat since it's already next week. Too big of a change, in my opinion. Okay. This is what Zombat said. He's another qualified player. Says, I will say that I'm not a fan of the direction they're going about this. I do appreciate the clarification, but if the Cyrax revert was accidental, allowing him to be played as is for Final Kombat, then nerfing him after is so questionable, ... doesn't make sense to me personally. That's a fair take. It's a fair take. It really doesn't really make sense to have this change if they're, you know, going into Final Kombat and they're just like, yeah, so we don't really want Cyrax to be in this state, but we can't really change him beforehand, so we're just gonna let it rock. Like, obviously things could change, right? Final Kombat LCQ is 1 week away. Final Kombat is like 8 days from starting, and stuff technically could change. They could outright ban the character Cyrax if they wanted to, but I know that would really suck for like one of the players, Soul's Clue, who was in Final Kombat because they got in through the Oceania region. That dude, he was using Sindel Cyrax as it was, and like, so that's just one of his teams, right? So to ban Cyrax would be kind of crazy, because that would actually affect one of the qualified players, but also letting it rock is also kind of questionable. Yeah, it's tough. Techmaster says, we win, boys. We partying tonight? Tags Canny Manny, who's another qualified player at Final Kombat. I think Techmaster is happy with the change. I know he really has been advocating for some Chameleon nerfs out here. And like, the thing is like, Chameleon's still going to be rocking, you know, at Final Kombat. I don't think we're just going to, my opinion, in terms of what I expect to see, I do think we're going to be seeing some people use Cyrax, but I don't know if it's going to be like, you know, the 20 qualified players, we're going to see 20 Cyrax players. I don't even know if we're going to see like half of them, like 10 Cyrax players, maybe, but like Chameleon's really strong. So that still might be the pick for some of these people. There's still other options as well, so we'll see. Janet's also a very strong cameo. We might see some other picks still being used out here, to be honest. This is Sonic Fox's official statement. LOL. I don't know if Sonic said more than that. Is that it? This is a take from Tweety. Many of you guys know Tweety. He said, Homelander needing that long to be fixed kind of stings. Makes me want to drop him since we're basically playing a fake version of him. Cool to see Cyrax is staying the same, and now everyone is aware he's legal at Final Kombat. Gonna be a godlike event. And that is true. That's part of the reasons, like, I was saying before this patch came out that Homelander was actually one of the characters that I was interested in trying him out. I did post a video like the first day that he came out. I was like using him and stuff. But then when I saw the changes that they had to Cyrax and Reptile, like the slight nerf to Reptile, this very, very important change to Cyrax, it kind of made me want to go back to Reptile Cyrax and try that out. And then when I saw that Homelander has some bugs and glitches with like his combos and stuff, not having to spend meter for certain things, so it's kind of like I don't really want to spend my time like playing a character that I know is not in his actual state. And on top of that, to be honest, like, I'm going to be at Last Chance Qualifier. Homelander was never going to be like a legal character because it's too short of a time, so I was thinking it's in my best interest to be playing like what I intend to play there. And now that I find out that Cyrax is actually going to be legal, I'm planning to use Reptile Cyrax at LCQ. So I'm honestly kind of looking forward to playing it. I enjoy the team a lot. Obviously, playing against people that use Cyrax, various teams, can be frustrating, can be annoying, but we've kind of gotten used to a lot of the stuff in this game at this point. There is at least the ability to like flawless block to negate all the chip that he does and the meter building that he does. At least that is in the game. We're gonna see like how much this affects everything at Final Kombat. I know Johnny Cage Cyrax is very, very strong as well, but honestly, I'm not hating it personally. Like, coming from someone that's just going to compete at LCQ, not like, I'm sure that your thoughts can be very different, especially if you're a qualified player for this. I would be pretty annoyed. I think regardless of like whether or not you even use the character, it is a weird choice, but that is the choice that's been made. This is Wise Gemini, another qualified player. That's his thoughts. This is MK Javier, another qualified player, says Cyrax won't die, so I think he's happy. I think like Scorpion Cyrax, you get some good stuff with Scorpion Cyrax, and like one of the main things is being able to do anything into like the chip spinning stuff. He's gonna probably bring that out for Final Combat. Okay, that's it, guys. These are the thoughts, the early takes from this announcement that's happening, Final Combat. I don't know if they're going to decide to change it. There's been a little bit of backlash. There are people that aren't really thrilled. I really don't know what's going to happen with it. But for the time being, I'm going to be playing Reptile Cyrax, and I intend to use that at LCQ. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.